So who knows what it was? Is it paranormal? I don't know. It was about 15 years ago when I started doing ghost hunting, and we were doing these ghost hunts, and I thought to myself, we have these cameras going, why don't we film for production as well as for the evidence? We thought, why not do this? These were the days that YouTube was brand new. 2006, 2007, before you could even have a video that was over 10 minutes long. We decided to create a show called Ghost Diaries. And myself and Luke, we created the team Quest. We decided to go out, do these investigations, but actually put some of this stuff into the form of a show. Also, if you haven't yet already, click the button and subscribe. It's very nice. I would appreciate it. If not, no worries. I do this for fun. All kinds of different content here, so pick what you like. Don't, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't care. So what I thought I would do today is I have the majority of the Ghost Diaries episodes, and I wanted to watch them with you and kind of review them. We're going to go back in time, basically 15 years. Oh, I think this was uploaded in 2007. You'll notice a lot of things about it, but I'm going to... 15 years, change your eyeballs. This is going to sound awful over what we're doing here. Even if I were to download the video directly, it wouldn't sound good. So Luke had done some musical production previously, recorded a band called Postmortem, fitting, and we were allowed to use their music for our intros and whatnot. Also in this episode is some music that I recorded with some friends in the mid 2005 or 6. We were a band called Three, because there was 3 of us. Let's get into the first episode. It's me. Okay. You get the idea of the intro, right? I'm gonna fast forward that, and we'll get right into it. Our first episode that we recorded was at a state park called Paul Ruster State Park in Indianapolis. We had read online that there was some paranormal activity there, so we got our cameras, we got our gear, we got our really small team, and we headed out the door. Now keep in mind, we were young, not very knowledgeable, only knew what we had seen on TV and read here and there, so
cemetery is because there's a lot of reported activity here. On every paranormal website that we can find, there are stories.
It's probably
now,
two websites.
HauntedIndiana.com has this story from Paul Ruster Park Cemetery. Many years ago, a little boy was killed by the nearby train tracks. He's now buried in the foundation of his old house, which we're standing at. And many people say that if you walk the long path through the woods to his grave, you can hear the boy playing a harmonica. Others are reported seeing a ghostly young boy walking down the road. We just came down the path. Didn't hear any harmonica, but the problem is that there's a lot of traffic over here. So there are other paths that we can take, and we're going to try.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic there. So being the young investigators that we were, we recognized that, knew that we weren't going to get much audio evidence, but we tried. We tried as best we could. One thing you'll notice here is the size and the shape of the screen. Again, this was 2007 that it was uploaded, and it wasn't... I think the flat screen TVs that were the 1080 by 1920 were still fairly expensive, not widely used at that particular point, so it was edited on a Square TV and uploaded in Square. And I don't know. I guess we'll see later if a later episode is in a rectangular format that we're more used to today. But yeah.
Some noises off recorded digitally. Of course, we have to take our travel bags here because we don't have a base of operations or anything.
Trying to be so cool.
Things, it's all just outside. It is really hot and sticky out here today, but it's early evening, so we're currently at
hot and sticky. That age you can handle. My age.
Site of the old foundation that has
get grumpy fast.
We're gonna head in, take some pictures, try to get into the woods, see what we find. Another group, Indie Ghost Hunters, came through here and got some really good EVP work going. They got interesting sounds.
Indie Ghost Hunters is a good team, still operational in Indiana.
We decided to visit the grave of John W. King, born 1881 and died in 1893 at only 12 years old.
Sad.
We thought maybe we could do some EVP, see if we could get any spikes, and see what kind of happened. We were placing the camera to try and catch anything that would happen around the grave or maybe behind us in the woods.
The interesting thing about this investigation is we typically do our investigations at night. We really wanted to be in this place after dark, but this is a state park in Indiana, and it's only open until dusk.
The one thing about our group is that we really tried to follow the rules. By that, I basically mean that we tried to always ask permission for where we were going. If it was a state park like this, we would stay within the allotted time frame. If there was someone you had to talk to when you got in, we'd be like, hey, this is what we're going to go do. And if there was an issue, cool, whatever. It is what it is. But we didn't want people stopping us, coming after us, saying, hey, you shouldn't be doing this or doing that. So we really tried to follow the rules as best we can, or as best we could, and do what we're doing. So we're at the gravesite now. Let's see what happens. Oh, and the music choice here, I had no idea. Luke was the music choice man, and it's very non-ghostly. I like it. Makes you want to get up and dance.
John, is that you? Because you're making this spike now.
What you're seeing here is Jay, one of our lead investigators. She is using the K2 meter. It's a new piece of equipment that we required because we wanted to test it out and see if it actually does work.
This day and age, it's old.
This is the same piece of equipment you see Terrence use on the Manson case, as well as Chris Fleming use all the time. Luke wants to tell everybody what the difference is between the K2 meter and the commonly used EMF detector.
A lot going on there. Using the K2 meter, basically it's the whole different levels of strength of EMF, and you have different levels of lights from dark green, light green, yellow, orange, red, and you can ask whoever to light up the first light, 2 lights, 3 lights, and you kind of get answers on command. It's it's proven to be we've used it a lot, and you have some interesting sessions with it where you ask some questions and get some direct responses. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But you can tell here levels of audio, people talking, the other talking, and the traffic and all that. It's a lot.
Well, Tobin, there's not too much difference between this particular EMF detector and all the other ones in the field that most paranormal investigators use. Typically, this one has the LEDs, which also the electrosensor, which you see on the screen right now, it uses, which makes it really easy to read at night. Also, Chris Fleming, he believes that the spirits are able to train themselves to communicate with this particular device because of its ability to be so sensitive.
Chris Fleming was, and still is, popular in the ghost hunting, the paranormal investigation world. Medium guy, nice guy, met him, decent fella. That's all I got about that.
Okay, well, it's going to be fun to take this piece of equipment out in the field on the investigations and either prove or disprove the use of it, and hopefully we'll have good evidence to do that with in the future.
Mine just flashed twice. Did you like Jay? 2 for yes, once for no.
In here, that's the direct response thing, but again, and this is everybody having cell phones, so
It's still flashing. It's not really.
I don't think I had one in my pocket, and if I did, I left it in the car.
As the Quest research team of investigators walked down the path to the former home and...
This is Luke trying to be creepy. I got to give it up. He used the he may be watching this because I'm going to send him a note, and it's on par with the day and age. Yeah, it's good.
Resting place of John W.T. Also the location of numerous paranormal accounts. They began to get strange readings on their EMF detectors. Unexplained spikes of 2 milligauss and above were found on 2 separate occasions, hovering and circling the same location.
Crazy.
Pending further investigation of buried power lines and possible natural causes, however unlikely in these woods, will be needed to further understand these.
So yeah, we did the basic walk around the area, get close to the power lines, get close to other sources of power that we thought were there to kind of measure the area, and we couldn't figure out why it was spiking at that particular time, but all we had was that one piece of equipment when it comes to that. So cameras and a K2 and a digital recorder, your basics, and that's all we had. Oh, and a camera. Yeah, digital camera. Not even phones didn't even have cameras back then. I don't even know when the first iPhone came out. I don't pay attention to those things.
I got the rest of it. Hate spiders.
Still hate spiders. One of the worst things in the world. I know they're good in some respect, but I hate them. That was Andrew, cousin of Luke's.
Right at this point, Luke, Jay, and myself had all witnessed something moving in the woods. As for what it was, we weren't sure, but we did know that all 3 of us had witnessed something moving. So Luke decided to go into the woods to investigate. We lost contact with him for a little bit, but he did come back and gave us a little bit more information.
That was nice of him. Luke goes into the woods. He's in the sticker bushes. He's in there for a while. Kind of looks like Bigfoot sitting there.
Yeah, it was farther back that I saw something. It kind of looked like something white moved behind a tree. Not like ghostly ghost white, but like you could see something look like a sleeve maybe. Right. Kind of.
Clarify.
By a tree. Behind a tree.
Sleeve by a
tree.
Strange.
I don't know.
I'm sure it was something more than that
but I doubt it.
to put Luke in the woods, but
we can't get in there. Jay and I are in shorts, and that's just a giant thing of sticker bushes. So
patch. I mean to say patch of sticker bushes, not thing of sticker bushes.
There's what? There's somebody back there laughing, running away from me. I was going to catch him. Really? Yeah, I swear to God, somebody's back there. I don't know who it is, though. Does it sound like a grown person? No, it sounded like some kids screwing around. More than one? Nah. Other side. One that I know of. Well, there are kids in the park. There are kids in the park. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking. Somebody. Is it pretty dense back there, or did you find an area that was kind of open? There's thorns everywhere. I don't know if you...
So the general idea that we were thinking is that it's so thick full of thorns and bushes that nobody in their right mind would be back there. So the fact that he heard kids running around back there made us kind of question if it was really kids. You know what I mean?
So would there be kids over there?
I was over there. The Hall of Wester Park was a very interesting place. Every paranormal site that we had gone to research it that involved Indiana had Paul Wester Park at the top of the list with tons of activity and tons of stories, lots of accounts.
It's true.
We were there for a few hours, and we did have some experiences. First being the EMF spike in very odd places, as well as K2 spikes. Leaving the area, coming back, and getting those same spikes. So that's definitely something that we should look into. Then there's the spot where 3 of us, the video evidence at the bottom of the picture, you can see looking at it, we don't believe it to be the flash. So it's more of an unexplained light that's coming from the bottom, and we're not sure what it is.
What we got from Paul Wester State Park was a possible sighting and a couple pictures. First was the picture that we just had up there that we said, and I can't remember why, we said that we think the light coming from underneath was not the flash. I don't remember why we came to that conclusion. The second picture, as you can see, has an orb, which we don't really like orbs because they're very inconclusive, very controversial. Orbs are very controversial in this field. So, but the thing about this orb is it's on a digital camera, and it has a long tail, meaning that it's traveling at a high rate of speed. Looks like it might be emitting its own light. So who knows what it was? Is it paranormal? I don't know. Was Paul Wester State Park fun? It absolutely was. It's a ball doing this. It's a lot of fun doing the investigations, doing the research, getting out there with your friends, and doing all this stuff. It's a great time, and you're learning all kinds of things. So this was the first episode, Paul Wester State Park Ghost Diaries, back in 2007. The next episode is going to be about urban legends, I believe. We shall see. And again, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead. If you don't want to, don't worry about it. But there'll be a lot more cool content coming, alright? Anyway, thanks for watching and bearing with me. I promise the episodes get better. I promise. Let's do this.